Do we take on the image of what we listen to? Do we take on that image?
You know what? That is probably the hardest thing to do, is to live out the message that you're actually preaching. Mm-hmm. I think you came up with a really awesome example.
Yeah, we were talking
because
we said when I was in grade 9, I was watching a documentary, and I guess they just went down to Hamilton, like Cops Coliseum, and they were interviewing some kids who were there for a particular concert. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, there's no attachments to this whatsoever, but it was a Marilyn Manson concert, and so we all know we all know that look. It's usually typically black. And so they were asking students, does this music have an effect on you? And the students' reply, who were decked out in black, the Marilyn Manson t-shirt, everything, was no, it doesn't. So
it's so evident that they were.
Yeah. Well, you do take on what you listen to. I think it's inevitable, like even subconsciously, so like I think that, because we talked about it last time, like out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So if you want to know what's going on in someone's life, just listen to them talk. Yeah. If you want to know, what particular things they may be involved in, maybe just look at the way that they're dressed. And that's not a judgment. That's just who you are. It's what you like, and it's what you take on.
And wherever you're at in terms of like age, music affects you. Like, I mean, you sit down and I have the privilege of working with people with developmental disabilities, whatnot, and children, and man, you see them sitting down and watching Barney, and you see them sitting down there watching, these treehouse programs and whatnot, and these songs are going on, and they know all the lyrics of the songs. They know everything about it, and they take on that persona. They take on that. And I ever sit down and watch Barney? It's really fun, upbeat stuff, I guess. And kids, they take it and they take on that image, and they're just, have that one song. Remember, we were chilling one time. Had that. All the raindrops are lemon drops and gumdrops. Oh, what a... You know that song when you were a kid?
Seriously doing this right now.
Yeah, it was a good song. No, you don't... You said it was awesome.
Maybe I should sample it.
Anyways, the whole point of the matter is music does affect you. You take on that image. So when I was a kid, I would sing the song, and I took on that image of being a nice kid.
Right. Yeah. Because it's impacting.
Yeah, it's impacting me. That song, the raindrops, the gumdrops.
And I made a note here. Actually, I just wanted to ask, because I wanted to ask you viewers at home, just stop for a second and take a look at what you wear. Take a look at does it reflect what you listen to?
Yes.
Take a look at how you talk. Does it reflect what you are listening to and what you're putting in on the inside?
Yes.
Take a look at how you act and your behavior. Are you taking on the moods of the particular music that you're listening to? And not to diss country music, but I feel like a lot of country music is, she took the house, she took the dog, and then, so it's very, there's no hope, but it sounds upbeat, which reminds me of my psychology class when I was in high school. They said, guys have a tendency to focus on the beats and the rhythm of music, whereas girls focus more on the lyrics, so it's more meaningful. But
so what you're saying is, your psychology teacher in high school was basically saying that men are shallow and women are more.
Well, I think it's just the different brain.
Okay, put it that way,
no problem.
You put it that way.
No problem. I was just trying to.
But anyways, Matthew Cooke, so we were asking you, like, taking on the image, do we take on the image of the things that we listen to?
Well, I'll say this.
Like, it would be funny, sorry to interject, like, it would be funny if Eminem showed up on stage, in front of all of his fans, with skinny jeans and, Abercrombie and Finch shirt.
Great shirts, but...
Yeah, it would be...
Like, people would just go, like, it's not what you do.
And I want to encourage you guys. I work with everybody and anybody. If you are passionate about music, I want to get to know you. I want to hear what you got. I want to hear, the message that you got. And I want to sit down and talk music with you. I don't turn anybody away from Eminem and skinny jeans, which would never, ever happen, right? you know, even a Christian artist, you know what I mean? I want to encourage everybody out there that what we're talking about is the importance that we would represent what we talk about, and it would not just be an image where I'm gonna, you know, write a bunch of lyrics about whoever, whenever, however I want, and then expect that it's gonna have an impact on people when I'm not living that way, right? So my image, like even when I'm working with musicians and stuff, we do focus on image, like outer appearance, right? We do focus on these areas because, like when you're doing music videos and stuff, you know, the way that you look is appealing to the eye, right? Sorry. But at the end of the day, it's about the character. It's about who you are and what you represent on the inside that really matters, right? So that in itself is such an important thing to establish in your life if you really want to use music to change people's lives in a positive manner, right? But ultimately the reason why I do music and the reason why I got into it in the first place is because I wanted to reach out to people who do not know what I've found and who do not understand it, and not by forcing things down their throat, but by simply using the gift that God's given me to build relationships with other people and to be able to get to know you guys and to be a part of your life and to live life with you. And maybe through that, the things that I have and the way that I live my life would encourage you to come down the same road that I am, right? But ultimately, we all have a decision to make for ourselves. We can choose to do whatever we want at the end of the day, right? So my hope is that anybody that I work with and anybody that God opens the door for me to connect with in regards to music and production and in engineering and stuff like that, that we would get along. We would be friends and we would be able to share each other's experiences, you know?
That's
So.
good.